Hi, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Ibironke inviting you this afternoon because I've received so many information from a lot of people since yesterday, sending me messages that was forwarded, asking questions about COVID-19 vaccines and what they should do, what they shouldn't do, and all that. In fact, within the last hour, about 3 people have sent the same messages again to me. So I just felt, okay, let me come online. This is my opinion about it. Obviously, it's not binding on anyone, but this is what I think. Based on some information I've been hearing, I cannot validate it yet because it's not in the public domain. But the thing is, the origin of that message, we're not even sure. But let's reason it out. Okay, so people have been getting a lot of messages being forwarded around that their GP has invited them for them to come for pneumonia vaccination. And of course, as black people currently, we are all very apprehensive. And I'm not going to blame anyone for that. Even I here, I have my concerns. We know what has happened with COVID-19 and how that has affected us, whether those of us that live in the UK or those that live in America. We've been badly affected. So as a result, people are much more apprehensive now. There is a big trust issue, not just with ordinary people, even within the black healthcare practitioners. There is a lot of trust issue around black people being used as guinea pig. We are not sure whether the system is actually protective of us. And people have been calling me like, it's like, this is what I've done all day today, asking questions. Sis, do you think we should take the vaccine or not? Honestly, I do not have a direct answer for you, because as a person, would I want to take the vaccine? At the moment, no, I'm not sure yet, until I see the absolute evidence that it's actually going to work for us. I'm going to restrain some caution. And again, what the health minister, Matt Hancock, has said has not really helped the matter, where it's made categorically that when the vaccine actually comes out for trial, they are going to prioritize the black people first to be given it to. That raised a lot of concern as well. Obviously, no one is sure what is going on. I can understand where that line of thought is coming from. From all the available evidence we have, we know as a community we've been affected. The healthcare practitioners, black population has suffered more. So obviously, it makes sense to say that if anything they feel is going to be preventative comes out, they're going to try it on us first. But we've not been able to validate that vaccine yet. So I understand why there is apprehension. Personally, do I feel confident in the system for me to go and get the vaccine? Absolutely not. Even though I know I'm a healthcare worker. I know they are not going to force it on anyone. I mean, thankfully this is the UK. It's not going to be fully binding on you that you must go and take it. Where the problem is going to lie, especially for us black healthcare practitioner, this is going to be the issue. It's going to be a catch-22. For if the occupational health have told you need to go and get the vaccine, and you now choose to opt out, that you don't want to take it, if something were to happen, then your employer is not going to be responsible. They won't be. They are going to put themselves in a situation whereby it is entirely up to you that you didn't take it, so they are not going to be liable. So there is a lot around financial issues around this. Don't forget that currently they are paying staff, that NHS staff that lose their life as a result of COVID-related issue, the 60,000. That is going to stop once the vaccine is rolled out, and they've given us the choice to go and take it. If you opt out, they will be telling you that based on your risk assessment, which I have seen, I've done it. I actually look at that risk assessment. Seriously, if you are above the age of 50, you will fall into the window of those that will be shielding, and you have 1 or 2 past medical history. Now, they're going to want to prioritize you to say, go and get the vaccine. So if you say you don't want it, then something were to happen to you, they will pull out that form to say they are not going to be liable for you, which is a very, very difficult position to put us in. Seriously, my take on all of this is very simple. May we not, suffer unnecessarily. They've put us in a situation where we are in a box now, where they expect us to make a decision clearly about our lives. Do you take the vaccine? We don't know what the vaccine is. It's not been validated. It's not like your flu vaccines that we know that you'll be sick for a day or two and you'll be okay. Of course, there will be evidences to say yes, it's a very good one and all of that. But we see what has happened. There is a lot of issues around trust currently, and I know they would do a lot of mobilization to actually try and make us feel relaxed that they are not on, they don't want to kill us off, quote and unquote, but who knows. The only thing that will really protect us as a people, I will continue to say it, it's the act of prevention. There is no other way. If you will opt out that you won't be going for the vaccine, you will have to hold yourself a duty to take extra precaution, using your mask wherever you're going to, eating as well as you possibly could to build up your immunity, to ensure that you're not going to be unwell to the point where you'll be needing hospital admissions. Number one. Number two, there was something that came out yesterday. This is on Google. For anyone interested, you can go and look. That was quite fascinating for me. It's something we've known before, but it wasn't as emphatic. This is the issue of the vitamin D within the black community. I know the Public Health England recommendation did mention it briefly, but they did not make it a compulsory thing that definitely we must go for vitamin D. But this country in Southeast Asia, Mongolia, what they have done as a country is the president or whoever their leader is actually compulsorily enforce every single black person in that country. They're a small country in Southeast Asia. Compulsorily enforced all of them to be on high-dose vitamin D since this COVID started. Even at the height of their pandemic in May, they were compulsorily placed on it. In fact, the government actually, it was like a door-to-door thing. They did supply it to every single person of black origin that you must take it, you had no choice. Do you know what happened? They have not recorded a single death from COVID. And as a government, they are saying categorically now that part of what prevented them from recording any deaths within their black population, not even black actually, that they haven't recorded any deaths, especially within the black community where they have people with diabetes and hypertension and all of that. They attributed it heavily to the high dose vitamin D they've given to their people. Maybe, maybe not. For me, where we are now, I'm not going to throw away any evidence, because we know that for most of us in this country, majority of us were born abroad, where obviously we have a lot of sun. The melanin in our skin makes it more difficult to absorb, the sun, unlike our Caucasian counterparts. For you to absorb sun as a black person from the atmosphere, you need to be in this for about 3 hours. Meanwhile, an average Caucasian just need 20 minutes to stay in the open for them to get enough vitamin D. So what they are suggesting is for every black person, irrespective, to actually go and put yourself on vitamin D3 supplement if you're not on it already. I've done a lot of videos around this, and I know most people that follows me would have been on vitamin D anyway. But if you're not, it's not going to cost you any harm, because there is a strong link between vitamin D3 and immunity building. That is one. There is a strong link between vitamin D3 and minerals for bone absorption in our body. That is two. And these are some of the things that, especially women, once you're above the age of 40, we know the issues around osteoporosis and all that. And again, there is a strong link between vitamin D3 and worsening of lung infections and lung problems. And if you know COVID very well, one of the areas it attacked the most is actually our lungs. So anything that will make your lung to work better or restrictive of infection, for me, it's a win-win. I can't see any harm in using that. Another thing is that now that the GPs are, they are coming back, it's not going to cost you any harm to actually ring your GP, go and do your vitamin D levels check. I know prior COVID, they actually documented that almost 70% of black people in the UK have vitamin D deficiency. It's so rampant. And most people that have a lot of pain, neuralgia pain, unnecessary black pain that they can't put their hands to, some have even gone for MRI, only for them to discover that what they were lacking was vitamin D. So you could actually ring your GP to go and do your vitamin D level. If it is so low, there is the weekly injections that they give, the 20,000 units. They will load you on that and then put you on the supplement. If it is not as low, it's not going to be any problem for you to be on the ones you can buy over the counter. If you go to Holland and Barrett or any Asda or Tesco or any of those shops, they are the 1,000 units one that you can find around. As it stands now, I don't think it's going to cause any harm. In fact, there was a study that was done linking shortage of vitamin D to depression in some people. Apparently, reduced vitamin D will affect our moods as well. So there has to be something in it, even if we don't have a complete answer. I am on it. I give it to my children, the 800 units one. It's not going to cause any harm. And if there is a link between it and improvement in our health, why not? And if a whole country, Mongolia, they are claiming, even though they haven't documented it in any medical journal, but it's on Google, I read it from there. If they are claiming that because they've upped the dose of vitamin D in all their black citizens, and this is the reason why they haven't recorded any deaths, despite the fact that some of them have past medical history, there might be something there. £3 or how much they sell it, it's quite cheap actually. It will, I don't think it's going to cause any harm to start it until we have a full clarity of what is happening. So just to round up on this video, I don't want to take so long. Seriously, we are in a kind of a catch-22 situation, especially if you're a nurse like myself or you work in the healthcare industry, where if you don't take the vaccine, your employer might say it is your responsibility, you know, like they did with flu vaccine last year, that they made it mandatory in the NHS, that as an NHS worker you must go and take it. For now, they are not going to do that with COVID-19 because it's a new thing. But where I see a problem is, if you work in the hospital, especially if you are in the front line and you opt out, if anything were then to happen, knowing NHS for what I know within this system, they will tell you they are not liable. So now, if you're going to opt out like myself, for now I'm not going to take it, and I'm not going to allow them to give it to any of my children until I have enough evidence to say it's completely safe, you know, within reason. Nothing can be completely safe, but at least that we have clarity about it. My duty for me and my family is to ensure that I'm going to do anything within my power, starting from prayers, to load up on as much of fruits and vegetables as possible, to ensure that anything I can do to build the immunity, I'm going to keep that up non-stop, to ensure that anyone that is obese, you know, there's a strong link between obesity, type 2 diabetes and hypertension is all documented already in the guideline, and the worsening of COVID-19 in black community, to ensure that if you fall within this category, especially men, you know, your case is even worse as men. They've put it in the public domain already for you, that for men that have visceral fats and for those of them that work in the healthcare industry, that you are twice as likely to die. This is the time to embark on a stringent weight loss journey, lifestyle journey, where you will actively lose weight, where you will actively reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes and hypertension, where you will know the medications you are under, that you will go for your review, so that, God forbid, if a second wave of COVID were to come, that we will not be in the position we are. This vaccine thing, it's going to be a long time, you know, it's going to be an issue going on. I know the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, they are already looking critically at it, and they will come out with their position. Once I have that information, I'll bring it out. I know the Nigerian doctors are looking at that document as well. We don't want to be in a situation whereby medically, may we not be done for. Now, for them to now use that as an evidence against us, where financially we will be affected as well. So they are throwing it now back at us. It will be in our hands to ensure that our health is important, that our health is good enough, especially for those of us that work in the healthcare. You know, may God forbid, I hope the vaccine is going to be good enough, at least that it will be ratified as safe, that will be, you know, that will be able to take it. Until then, we all have a job to do. This community, we have a serious job on our hands, and that serious job is to ensure that we prioritize what we will call preventative care. We can't get away from it now. I mean, the ex-secretary has said it already, that black people are going to be the first set of people they are going to prioritize for the vaccine because we are we are at higher risk. That is a big statement out in the public domain. If you're going to opt out, you must ensure that your lifestyle is rock solid, that you won't be falling sick willy-nilly, that you won't be prone to COVID-19, whether by the virtue of being exposed to it at work or being exposed to it in any area we find ourselves. Like I will always say, prevention is always better than cure. The secret is not hard. It's something we have to do. We owe ourselves. Eat healthy, your regular gentle exercises, drinking a lot of water. Thankfully, the sun is out now. You do not have a choice not to drink. Rehydration. Go and load up on your vitamin D. It's very, very cheap to buy. And for anyone who knows that I'm not eating enough fruits and vegetables and I need something to help me with that, I still have my Juice Plus capsules. I take them. I'm not going to, this is not even the time to joke with them. Anything that will help to support my well-being and wellness and immunity now is one to go for. This is not the time to worry so much about money. It's the time to actually stay alive first, then worry about every other thing. And this is what I have to say. And finally, I'm actually making serious effort to transfer my a lot of my information from my personal page to my business page. It's called Healthy You and I. That is what I stand for. I want to be healthy and I want to encourage this community to be equally healthy. Kindly like that page, share it, encourage people to be on it. Most of my lives that I will have to do around eating healthy and healthy lifestyle, I will be doing most of it in there. And that is what I've got to share with you. For those of you that have sent me that information, thank you so much. I really appreciate. I've read a little bit around it. This is my opinion on it. Of course, it's not binding on anyone. We all need to make our decisions. But for me, as a person, and for my family, I'm not going to be taking the vaccine yet until I have better information around it. And but while I'm not going to take that, I'm going to continue on strict lifestyle management that I'm already on. That includes no weight. If you're struggling with your weight, you want to lose weight, contact me. Come and spend your money to lose weight so you won't be needing any extra chemicals. To load up on a lot and lots of fruits and vegetables, already I eat a lot and I take my fruit and vegetable capsules daily. I'm not going to stop that. In fact, if there's any time to continue that, it is now more than ever, and that is for you, your children, and every member of your household. I do a lot of walking. In fact, this behind me now, that's my treadmill. I use that and I walk a lot because staying healthy, it's what we hold ourselves. We do not have a choice. Now it's even more so. We do not have a choice. We have to prioritize it. It's going to be now linked to the way we earn. So we've got to really, really tread carefully, tread gently, keep our eyes in the public domain, and do everything we can to prevent ill health. If you're a man, black man, and you are at risk, because most of you are, it's not a matter of choice anymore with those big bellies. You've got to do something about it now. Come spend some money, I'll show you what you need to do. But it's not free. Yeah, it is not free. You want good health, is worth spending money for. Otherwise, those money we have will eventually be useless. And that is what I've got to share with us this evening. Kindly like my page on Healthy You and I. If you want to buy my Juice Plus capsules, you can go to my website on www.roncare.juiceplus.com or contact me on 078 77 254 559. Please like my page. Let's take it forward. Share this information. If you're not on vitamin D yet, you do need to go get it now. And the vitamin D we need is the D3. Yeah, is the D3. Vitamin D3. We all need to be on it now. Whether it's been validated or not, there is some evidence to believe that it's working for us as a people. Anything that will help, we need to. Fruit and veg, healthy lifestyle, that is where we need to go to. I love you all. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the support. Sincerely, I appreciate it. And for those of you that are sending me information, by the grace of God, this battle we will win. Even if second wave of COVID were to come, we will not be as affected as we were in the first round, because now we know better and we will implement things in a better way. May the good Lord protect each and every one of us and save us from all this misery. We've come to this country to excel, and excel we shall by the grace of God. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Bye for now.